Today, it's gonna be a day for women, because women, yes, women are so important to our ministry. Women are so important to Jesus' ministry. Jesus did not appear coming down from the sky. God used a woman to bring Jesus here. Correct. Most of the treasurer, there were some kingdom financier that were with Jesus. They were women. Jesus had someone who followed him all his longest journey. Mary Magdalene, she was a woman. When Jesus was the tomb was empty, who did he show himself first to? A woman. So then woman, yes, I see Elvira, she's very excited about this. So I know that women are very important to our ministry. What verse will be maybe one of the most misunderstood verse in the entire Bible? And there is one verse that was so misunderstood that actually it affected half of humanity. This is Genesis 2:18. Yes, awesome. So Genesis 2:18 in KJV, let's go together. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him." And I really love this, because if you read this for generation and generation, the word help was kind of translated as your helper, your servant. So for generation, conveniently, men translated it, because of course men translated it at that time, right? It cannot be woman who translated it. Then the woman will have to be the servant or the helper of men. Helper is not what you think. The word Ezer is actually mentioned 21 times into the Old Testament. So it's mentioned a lot, and most of the time, 16 times, it's referring to God. So now the question is God your servant? Is God your helper? Or are we here to help God? So what is the real meaning of Ezer? And I think the real meaning of Ezer, when you translate it, yes, is helper, but helper not as a diminishing status. It's helper as a supportive role, as someone who is giving you strength, as someone who is supporting you. So someone who is more of a partner, someone which is more of a supporter, someone which is more as a co-laborer of what you do. So the entire image of making woman a servant, and that has diminished the role tremendously of women, not only within the church, but within societies, who were diminished to only take care of the children and do the cooking, who have been diminished from, the role of, having a prime role anywhere. Yeah. And this is where I think I hope that here, all of these women that we have here, after listening to today's message, they will be able to sit in their God-given role and not what men think of them. That is very important. I think it's very important to know, because we are not only impacting ourselves, but we are also impacting the generation to come. The role as a woman is not a weak role. Is a supporter role. Is someone that is going to do things with you together. And when you have relationships, it's very, very important. Women do not come in a role of weakness. Women come to complement the man. Women have different capacity and different capability than us men have. Women are extremely good at multitasking. We do not know how they can do it, but they can take care of the children, they can take care of the husband, they can take care of the home, and they can take care of the work that they are doing. Multitasking is not our talent. We do one thing. We do it well, but we do one thing at the time. So we need to realize and we need to understand, the power of what woman brings into a partnership. We need to take them into consideration, because the way we treat the woman today will be the way that our children and the next generation will be treating women now onward. And we need to make sure that if we didn't get the right understanding, if we didn't get the right explanation, then we owe to the next generation to have the right understanding of this partnership, because we want to make sure that the generation to come, have a better relationship between men and women. You don't come in a position of weakness. You come in a position of strength and power to strengthen the relationship, to bring something to the relationship that man doesn't have. I like to take this example because I think it reflects very well what did God use to make woman. Which part of the body did God use to make? The ribs. Yes, correct, the ribs. So women were meant to be built beside. They took the ribs, not below. God didn't use your feet or your toes to make a woman. Correct? God used your rib. And the reason why it's in your rib, first, your rib is close to your heart. Your rib protects your heart. Your rib protects everything, all the important organs in your body. The rib protects this. So the job of a woman most of the time is to protect the family, to protect what is important in the family. Correct? If you do not have rib, you also do not have structure in your body. So the ribs are very important to keep your body together. And this is what women do the best. And when we said beside is as a partner, one-to-one, and a relationship between a man and a woman is this, it's a team. It's not for the man to make the decision alone. It's not for the man to order alone. It's for the man to sit down and to discuss things with his partner and to decide, okay, give me a different perspective. Maybe I am missing something. Maybe I am not understanding something. Maybe I am not seeing something that I need to see. Correct? So communication is extremely important into a relationship. And I will tell you, then I will take my family as an example. The other day I asked my mom, I said, Mom, I don't see you having discussion with that. I mean, you live together, you talk to one another, but it's all very superficial. Discussion is, what do you eat? Are you okay? Do you need any help? But there is no profound discussion of, how do we want to live together these few years? How do we handle our children? Communication have become so superficial. And I was asking Mom, I said, do you have deep discussion with that? Because I said, I don't see it. I thought that maybe Mom and Dad still have pillow talks. And Mom said, no. I'm like, really? Then why? She said, we have nothing to talk about. And I'm like, wow, it's so sad. I mean, you are together for as long as I am born, right? 52 years. You are together for 52 years. And at the end of 52 years, you have another 50 years to go, or 30 years to go. I'm like, so you guys don't have a discussion? And they were like, no, we kind of drifted apart with the years. And I think this is when you have this, I am the boss and you are the servant. I am the man and you are the woman. Correct? And when this happens, then there is no team. There is no goal to achieve together. There is no direction that we are taking together because one has a submissive role. And then at one point, people is busy working, taking care of the children. And then at one point, the children goes away. And at one point, people become retired, so they stay home. And then they're living together, but there is no depth to their relationship. And I think that we have here, on the Zoom, we have a lot of young people. We have people who are in relationship. And I think it's really important then to keep communication together, to keep the role of team together, to have a common goal together, to work on something together. If you don't have this togetherness, then the woman is going to have her own goal, and then the man is going to have her own goal. Correct? And you guys will drift apart. And this is not the intent of God. The intent of God is for you to be co-laborer. Is for you to be together. Is for you to do things together. So you must work on project together. And then so we understand now what means Ezer, right? Ezer is the helper, but not the helper in a sense of weakness, but in helper as the supporter, the one who brings strength, power, and solidify the relationship together, right? This is the role. And then now there's Kenegdo. Kenegdo actually means face to face, equal to. So different, but equal. And this is the role of a woman, a man and woman, that we are different, but we are equal. We bring different things to the table. And it's not me saying, it's the Bible saying. So we cannot say that, this is our no interpretation. No, it's the original Hebrew word text of the Bible. Choose someone who involves you into a relationship as a partaker, as a collaborator of the relationship. Make sure that you guys are building things together, because that's the recipe of a very successful relationship. And you want this, right? And the last thing is really, so we went through on, the helper is not what we think. The second point was beside but not below, okay? And for the last point is, I want to show you partnership. And I want to show the partnership because, again, God never changed things. Yes? Whatever he says, it's valid today, it's valid before, and it will be valid in the future. Yes or yes? Go to Genesis 1:27 and 1:28. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created him, male and female created he them. Male and female, yeah? So it's a team, correct? Male and female. And 28, God blessed them. God blessed the man and the woman. Dominion was not given to men only. Dominion was given to men and women together. Men and women in the eyes of God have the same values. Men and women have the same power. Can only men heal the sick? Or can women heal the sick as well? Correct. Pastor Kirili says she can heal the sick. Hallelujah. Yes, she can. We have Pastor Elvira. Yes, she can. Yeah, can only men prophesy? Women cannot see prophesies. Correct? Because the moment you take the life of Jesus Christ as your life, correct? God sees you as Jesus. Wherever you are a man, wherever you are a woman. There is no difference. In the spiritual realm, God sees you as Jesus. Sees you as the man as Jesus and see the woman as Jesus. Correct? So men did not have the dominion. The dominion was given to the both of them. So it's very important that you bring back this role of togetherness together. Correct? God instructed into Genesis 1:27-28. He says, be fruitful and multiply. Yes or yes? Does he say to the men only be fruitful? Or he says into them? He said into them, right? Into them be fruitful. Into them build, multiply. I mean, for that, you kind of need both of them to multiply. We're not going to go there. But without them, we cannot multiply. So definitely, luxury, I understand, and you understand this part very well. He has multiplied a beautiful family. He has 3. and he said, rule. Together, rule. Correct? Not only men rule, together rule. So I really want to emphasize this. Then women do not have a submissive role. Women have an equal collaborator role. You need to build a team. It's a team. We work this together. And life is a journey. There will be a lot of obstacles in the journey. There are challenges, tests. And all tests are not from Satan, the demons, and the enemy. Sometimes it's God sending you tests. I know you don't like that, but it's like when you're in school, in order to pass from one level to another level, you go through a test. Yes or yes? Then God will do the same. In order to bring you from one level to another level, He's going to send you a test. And very often, when you have to go through test alone, it's almost impossible. You need to have a support system. You need to have people around you. You need to have a team. And the number one team that you have is your collaborator. Men are physically strong. Correct? They can carry things and they're physically strong. But women are mentally strong. My mom is the one why my dad was going through a phase of depression and was at home, because he didn't want to come to the restaurant anymore. It was too much for him. My mom is the one who went to the restaurant. My mom is the one who keeps things together. And that's why comes the rib, right? The rib keeps things together, in your body, and it keeps things together in your family. And that's the reason why, keep this team, because you both have something to bring to the table. Correct? There is the mental strength and there is the physical strength. There is the person who sees things as what it is now, and there is the person who sees things as, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Ladies, when you start dating a man, the first thing that comes to your mind is this going to be my husband? And you have just dating him for an hour. And you're already thinking, is that going to be my husband? So we both complement one another. Okay? And this is what I really want to keep this message on, is you guys are a team, and keep this spirit of team alive through the years, through the difficulty, through the seasons of life. Correct? Keep this team, the communication together.